Hello everyone. You know, it's occurred to me that Wagner may have been onto something when he was comparing religious fundamentalists with libertarians, modern economic libertarians. If you look at, say, VenomFangX, he believes that there is an absolute morality that can be determined through the words of a single source, or the expression of a single source, and that there is no questioning it, and every time we attempt to modify it or impose our will upon it, we not only fail to change what the actual true morality is, but our own morality is corrupt and inferior. Your average libertarian zealot will believe that there is an inherent value in things, especially if that thing is gold, and that the proper way to determining what that inherent value is at any given moment is the market, and that any other way of determining this, someone almost lowered the value of their vehicle, to put it in economic terms, but they didn't. It was close. To try and attempt to interfere with that determination anyway, for instance, through government or through the elected will of the people, or yada, 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 is to diminish the effectiveness of the marketplace and of human economic interaction in general, and to arrive at a false value. The fundamentalist believes that there are specific texts which provide the best insight to what this lawgiver really means, and that any flaws that we discover are actually flaws in our interpretation. Libertarians and economic conservatives in general tend to believe that the market cannot fail. It can only be failed. Therefore, it is our own interpretation and perceptions and things like that that's the problem. Especially if it's government that we're exercising these through. And lastly, no matter how core the argument is, for instance, in VenomFangX's reply to LittleKropotkin, it doesn't matter that she was addressing the very premise upon which his argument relies. If there is no objective morality, then at best his entire question that he asked in his video is Pascal's wager, and at worst it's pseudo-intellectual wanking solely for the purpose of trying to get in with some chicks. And on Ayn Rand's side, the entire question of coercion being something other than burglary or government force, and might also be reducing wages to the point where the opportunity cost of finding another job is higher than the cost of living at subsistence wages, which is something that that person would not voluntarily choose to do anyway. So it too is a form of coercion. And bringing up this is somehow not addressing the arguments they're bringing up. You get the feeling I don't like these two groups very much? That's so. Thank you for your time and attention.